Hello, you guys. It's Gigi from Invite the Light coming to you with yet another celebrity reading. So I just got all this stuff on the side of my screen real quick that came up just now. So I just need to sift through that. But I'm going to actually do a reading on Jada Pinkett Smith. She has gotten my attention for a while now, with her Instagram post and stuff like that, and then the status of her marriage to Will Smith now being called a lifelong partnership, which is really nice. But beneath that, I just see her sometimes, some of her posts, and I just wonder if she's okay. She's definitely beloved for many of her who have known her throughout her career. For you younger folks who if you happen to be watching, I know that you won't understand that because she's not in your generation. So I'm just going to go on with it. First of all, let's just focus. And I'm going to take these. Sorry, give me 1 second here. I just need to concentrate just a little bit more. Sorry about that, you guys. Okay. I'm going to pull a truth bomb for Jada. Let me just see what dropped first. Okay. That dropped out of my hand to get to this one. So she is definitely, falling into line to a lot of the stuff that she actually talks about. I feel like she's actually surrendering an issue. I do feel like she's struggling with something though. And so I guess we shall see. Jada, I kind of hope that you really watch this video, girl, because I want to you know what? So this judgment card flew out over that. I usually don't read cards upside down unless they kind of like really fly out that way. And so I think what's happening with Jada is Jada's there's something that you haven't realized or whatever. It's been going on for a long time. It's somewhere where you are, but you're being pushed out of it. And do not worry, dear one, because Saturn is in Capricorn. It came in, I think, in December of last year. So everyone is like just getting like straight up ream. It's like Saturn is like, okay, I'm not going to tolerate anybody out of authenticity right now. So, I mean, a lot of people are just going through some serious life changes. A lot of people are being pushed down. You feel like you're being pushed down on from the universe. And, I feel like you're about to be broken open if you're able to really continue to release and look at yourself and see your impact. There's something here in you that you're not letting go of that's serving as a barrier to connecting with loved ones. So it's saying don't stress, don't worry about trying to figure it out and trying to get it 100% right. Just first attend to the divine. So just keep as my aunt just masterfully said, she said, we don't have to get into the word surrender, but make way for, and I know, Jada, you'll understand that. Make way for the information to come in and for the transformation to come in. There's something that's been begging you to transform, and it hasn't yet. And my dear, if that doesn't happen, then what's going to happen is you're going to have a tower moment. The universe is going to come in and just kick it, do this, spiritual beatdown. So they say type of deal. And that actually embodies the the Tower card, which thank goodness hasn't shown up, but it's hovering. I feel like sometimes the way that you speak, you've always been very, very strong. I'm not sure if sometimes people, and I would say, in your inner circle, just based on these cards, I don't know you or anything like that, but if you are rolling with me and playing with this information and just observing it, then kudos to you. And I really suspect that you would. Um, Method of speaking, there's this level of defensiveness as well. And there's really not much to defend against sometimes. And I feel like it keeps people in this decision mode. It maybe will. I didn't want to go there, but you know, um, this not making a decision, or not kind of feeling you're 100% um approachable about certain things. And it's not you per se, it's the matrix that you've created. So this can be corrected, which is a really good thing. Nevertheless, I do believe this King of Wands represents will, and he is very much so present, and very much so in love with you and passionate. And I feel like there's something here where there is a little bit of a distancing, but I feel like it's a transformation in your marriage to take it to the next level. I think that, Jada, you will be a lot closer. You'll maintain that closeness with Will. You'll gain it if you're able to feel safe and feel like you can put the sword down now. You can put the sword down now. And I think once you actually put the sword down, I think you'll feel the other person feeling a level of being able to approach you and feel safe and vulnerable in front of you as well, even though you've maintained something amazing. Anyway, up until now. So, I mean, there's just this one thing that you won't let go of. There's something inside that isn't being transformed and you're not allowing it. And it seems to be with the way you speak with people and handle certain situations. And it's okay, Jada, we love you. Don't worry. Um, so with the Seven of Wands here, I do want to let you know, Jada, with Will, who I believe this is, you definitely are queen. You definitely outshine anyone. um you are you also stimulate him and keep him on his feet, and that's what he really likes. And I think there's something in him as well. I think there's something in both of you, actually. There's a mutual complacency I can see here in both of you. There's this mutual thing, this, that will not, that you're not changing, and the both of you are kind of, having it. But once he gets past whatever that is, and you as well, and he also stops focusing so much on the way that you speak and the way that you handle things in such a cut sword, like cut and dry manner sometimes. If he doesn't focus on that so much, just according to what I can see here in the cards, I mean, you guys are on to the next level. I think that's really the thing that's causing a little bit of distance. Nevertheless, I mean, even though there's space between the two of you, this is a phase. I feel like, it's going to be something where you guys, before it gets to the point that you really would like it to be, there's going to be um a pullback and a rest. This is time for you and him to rest. It's also time for you and him to reflect. But it's happening, I think, because neither one of you are allowing this one last thing to transform each other. And again, I'll bring you back to this. First, attend to the divine. And I feel like you guys better than anybody else would know about that, because you talk about that a lot. Um, about taking care of yourselves, your own personal self-development and things like that. And things will handle. And I will tell you, Jada, if you ask for the willingness to be open to this transformation, and that it happens in a gentle way. I will say gentle but expeditious. You're going to notice a transformation in Will, because Will actually is there. Will actually really loves you, but there is something, you both are at this time, there's a stalemate there. And so I feel like, there's this thing where you guys are not talking as much as you have before, and you're not sharing as much as you had before, and you're kind of more me time. It seems to be coming from him to a certain extent, and I do think that, like I said, he adores you, but I feel like he's focused on this one thing, and it's this, I don't know, the speaking or feeling like maybe you don't trust him, or just the way you come at him, or something like that. um or maybe around his staff or something like that. And again, I just feel like it's beginning to cause a rift because he's so focused on it, but there's also this level of him needing to look at what's going on within himself that also kind of either feeds this, or doesn't allow him to communicate properly, or to create a certain level of safety with you. There are a number of things, but I think this is really more so something on your plate that needs to be changed, more than it being, caused in you. All right, so let's see what else is going on. Jada, I'm happy to see that there's really a lot of promise here. Okay, I see like a lot of the stuff. I'm not gonna talk about your personal stuff here, but I know, there's a lot of worry and stuff like this, but I think how you're gonna get rid of those problems and those elements is to go into this. And I feel like there's some kind of fear. What is keeping you from, like what's keeping you from this? I see. I feel that there's sort of this level of fear of abandonment within you, according to this card here. And just to drill down on that, I think from Red Table Talk, you were saying that your dad was actually addicted to drugs or something like that. So it feels like, there's still some abandonment issues. There feels like um there's this level of a belief system that comes about because of absence of family, which causes you to develop a certain small level of unworthiness, but it's bleeding through into this defensiveness, and that is what is in turn causing like a little bit of the separation between you and Will. Hello there. So, um, I do feel like you are so passionate, so in love. You have this majorly crazy, vibrant sex life. The two of you, it's okay because you've already said that, but I see it here. It's wild, it's passionate, it's awesome. Um, but there's just passion, and stimulation. There's this wild amount of stimulation between the two of you. But I get, honey, that nothing's gonna change in a good way. Like nobody's going anywhere. Nobody's going anywhere. It could look and seem like whatever it needs to look and seem like, but nobody's going anywhere. And I think finally somebody's going to actually make the leap, because there is a bit of like a stalemate here. Someone is going to really make the leap and speak the truth and finally get to get to the meat and the core of taking this relationship to the next level. So I feel really, really good about that. I feel like you may have you mentioned some trips before. You may be struggling a bit, I think, with the fact that Will has gone away. With his ex-wife. So let me see what's going on here. I'm not going to go too much in it because I'm not going to go into your business too tight. I'm just only going to talk about the things that you talked about in public. I'm not going to drill in further than that. If you want a reading, just contact me, girl. A private one. So let's see. Again, you know, I think it takes a lot of a toll on you to extend these things to Will. I'm not sure, you know, he's just kind of like, yeah, rah, go, 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 you know, and he's off, you know. That's just him in general. But I think this thing with, you know, going away with, you know, the ex-wife Cherie, and this is no disrespect to her or to Trey, because I know you really care about these people, but I do think that to a certain extent that has worn on you, and has made you feel a little bit isolated. I don't think I think that, you know what? I feel like Cherie is respectful. And I think that they have a good rapport, and that's just it. Okay. So, like I said, I'm not going to speak on anything that hasn't been mentioned in the public for you, but things look very good. You have, honestly, you have a really great, amazing relationship. You don't have to worry. You are mama. And I'm not sure you're fully worried about that, but I think you are concerned about this distancing between the two of you. You know, it's a period. That's all. It's a season, let's say. But definitely there's somewhere you are only half present for this. You know, and again, I think it comes to this level of abandonment, and this, in terms of the abandonment, there's this, you know, thick um this is it. This is it right here kind of deal. Except you know, you're not frantic, but you are like with this thing. The way you've always been, the way people know you. I'm not taking a mess. The way you know, show up, and that's how we've always known Jada Pinkett. Well, this person, I think, doesn't want you to feel like you need to be defending from this person. And I feel like you're defending, not defending this person. Like, I feel like you're not hearing what needs to be said. There's a level of defensiveness here, but that's because you haven't reached a level of safety within yourself. So I would suggest to you, Jada, that you do um, some red root chakra work, you know, some root chakra healing would be great for you, because this is really keeping the union from, you know, thriving. Once you do a lot of that, you guys are going to be so amazingly on track, and all this other stuff, extra stuff, is just going to be, it's going to be gone. All right. And when you get down and you get defensive, you know, I feel like maybe a number of people in the family have come to you and say, you know, maybe, you know, this and that, and you get like real like this with this sword thing. You know, it's just good to like just put the sword down for a second and just see where people are coming from, and just don't allow the reptilian portion of the brain to like kick in that survival mode. And you know, that's understandable given everything about where you explain where you've come from and the things you have been with. You've always been in survival mode, and you fought exactly tooth and nail for where you are today. So I mean, you got there because of your grit, but this is not needed, not in this situation. This is a loving situation. So that's the key to you breaking past this, Jada. Because there is great love for you. There's great love and great admiration, and respect for you, and ain't nobody going anywhere. Okay. I feel like I can leave this reading like this, Jada. You know, because I have felt a little bit funny. So let me just see. Just wanted to jump out. Love yourself first. Okay, that's the second thing about them telling you this. And what it means is, okay, look, there's this thing about releasing the ex also. in order to let the relationship breathe, you know? I don't know if it's Tupac or whatever. It's not saying to forget about the person, but don't keep the person alive in the relationship energetically. And I think that's kind of what's going on here. By the way, I know it sounds like I'm criticizing you, but I'm not. I just have a really straightforward way of speaking. I'm sure you'll understand. Um, I feel like this is something even like your children are here, and I feel like this is something they kind of even notice, and they want so much for you. I feel like they want you to relax. I feel like you haven't healed from the past. You've never given yourself a chance to heal from the past. As usual with things that happen in society and things that, there's trauma and there's injustice, and I feel like, the fact that there's been that trauma and a level of injustice, that you haven't been able to progress forward because of it, and it is creating a prison around you. You're creating your own self prison. So there's this great need for you to heal from this. The death of a very close friend, that you sincerely cared about. um and here's the thing, this is like some kind of loyalty thing on some level. And I feel like it's safe for you to let this go into the light, fully healed, and trust and allow that that person has the power to exist in the light, and that you can let go. You don't need to protect this person energetically or anything. You can release this, you know, and give tribute to this person as a goodbye. Burn a white candle, put some flowers out, and this is a goodbye thing for infinite light to be around this person, for them to be in the highest place. But it's saying here for you to give your relationship a chance. So I feel like if you can get this stuff out, it'll take the defensiveness out, and some of the abandonment. And I think that that abandonment is the other thing. I think that's like the root of everything, because once you deal with that abandonment issue, it'll make it easier for you to let go of this issue, because this person was really there for you. Um, and at the time you lost this person was a very sensitive time in your life, very young, impressionable time in your life. So, there's that trauma there. So beginning to heal that trauma as well. In addition, the abandonment is the root. Okay. That's the way for you. It's the root as an ROOT, Jada, and it's the root as an ROUTE. Back to your family. They love you so much. Your husband loves you. He's crazy about you. You are first, number one, all, you know. So let him love you. I know that there's some checking out. I could kind of see that from the new video that you guys have. There's some checking out, and there's this thing of just getting excited. I think Will seems like a type of person, like, he gets excited sometimes, and although he has this amazing heart and stuff like that, I feel like he can probably be, and I don't think I'm wrong on this, like a little bit aloof. Like sometimes he gets so wrapped up in things, and excited about stuff that he completely forgets or overlooks something. And you being the closest person to him, usually probably gonna be the one to experience a lot of that. But Will is crazy about you. You guys have a really good union, and you guys bring a lot of the absolute best out in each other. And there's just nobody else. Cherie seems very respectful. Um, and there's a mutual love there, but that it's a respectful love that respects the boundaries of what's existing, and it doesn't go over in that emotionally, I don't think, from what I've seen. And it's saying to express your love, which is saying to let down your barriers. So loving yourself first is taking care of yourself and healing this. First, attend to the divine. Love yourself first. Release what you need to. Ask for the willingness to do it. Ask to feel safe. Um, and verbally ask your family to support you through this process. I mean, it's times where I might not be feeling safe and stuff like that. I need for you guys to come in and encourage me. I need for this. I need for that. I need for you to be available at the dinner table, over these next couple months, whatever it is. So let's see what's going on. High level guidance, Jada. All right, the Council of Light, they are with you, of course, and you can invoke them in as you attend to the divine. You have protection. Like there's this whole thing about you not feeling safe. I feel it now. So it's saying here to call back in your power, especially from this traumatic moment, feeling lost, feeling abandoned. Call back in your power completely and get someone on that who can work on that. Cut the cords, any kind of toxic cords with anyone, and just retrieve your soul pieces from this traumatic situation. The death of a loved one early on in your life or in your early 20s, and then the abandonment of a parent. Share your voice and don't dim to fit in. I hardly think with Jada, you're dimming to fit in, but I do feel like this, like certain things, I feel like you may want to speak up that you may need from Will, but you are going to, that Will has to be more attentive in. And that's not to say Will's a bad person or anything like that, but just just not getting so wrapped up in everything, even though, I mean, that's his thing, like to get excited about stuff. He's just amazing. Sidebar, I mean, that man is like truly, he's just amazing. So, I get it. I couldn't imagine being probably with a person like this, with not with such big energy, but this he feeds on a lot of, or this is his oxygen. He doesn't feed, but this is like his oxygen, like all of this stuff all the time with these great masses of people. And it's great and all, it's beautiful and all, big energy and all. But I think what he can do right now is harness and pull in masses of light, because he can accept a lot. Will can accept a lot of energy, massive amounts, like even global size, the size of this earth. He can accept that amount of energy, and he should be pulling that energy in from the light, as opposed to the crowds here so much. So it's saying don't dim in the relationship to fit in. you know, I think it's safe for you to speak your needs a little bit more, but it has to be a more gentle way, a less forceful way, a less possessive way. There's some kind of combination of those things, Jada. And really, honestly, hon, everything is going to be a-okay. I was concerned about you guys because I was only really concerned about you and feeling like you weren't getting what you need based on some of the Instagram posts and things like that. It was feeling that way. But I'm glad to see overall that you can get through things. I feel like it's going to be a little bit of a challenge for you to come out of this safety mode in the way that you speak to people. I think, there's even maybe this thing where you may order people, you may tell people what to do instead of just putting a please on it or something. And I know my language toward you right now is not the kindest. I'm not being rude, but it's just not, I can't soften it. I don't know how to soften it, but not sugarcoat it, but soften it. Let's just see what's going on, and this should be about it. I do want to pull actually a few more cards for you. Let's see. Reclaim your art. I think now it's great for you to get more into acting, I suppose. That probably will help you get back some of your energy as well. And that's probably what the dim to fit in thing is. It's like, you know what, your kids, they're grown now. I don't want to speak for you. Maybe you feel like you have to put some more personal attention into them, but reclaim your art like a lot more. Reach out is saying is you can ask for help, accept love, and step away from the crowd. I don't know what this means, Jada. You'll know because, when you get a card that says reach out but step away from the crowd, I don't know. All right. Oh, I see. Meditate before you medicate. I feel like this is like also will in a way. Like to me that like goes for will in my mind. But it's not a negative thing if Will is watching this, not a negative thing. And rise and shine. You know, it's time for you to go ahead and do your thing, you know, and end all of this suffering, hurt, and harm because you have an amazing life. I don't want to tell you about what your life is, but what I can see in the cards, how much you are loved, how much you are valued, and how much you are one and only, truly. Especially getting past that level of speaking and the communication and sort of like maybe a level of control, like a lot of control to try to deal with the abandonment issues, I think. So anyway, I really wanted to give you this this reading. I keep saying I'm gonna end it. Oh, I don't have the chakra card, so I'm just gonna open this up. The chakra that I got is the third eye chakra. So it's saying you can place an amethyst crystal in your hand or on your third eye and allow this crystal energy to support your process. Okay. You can also imagine a violet ray of light flowing into your third eye chakra, cleansing and balancing. All right. So this relates to meditation, dreams, psychic development, visualization, clarity and awareness, deepening intuition, spiritual insight, visions, calm mind, good memory, awakened imagination. All right, perfect. Awesome. So let's see. We're going to go, you know, since it's telling you to rise and shine, get back to your career and acting. There's a card of vulnerability. So I do feel like we're right about this. Like you not being on the defense, you feeling safe. You can put the sword down. That probably should be the name of this video. It's safe for you to put the sword down in your family. It's safe. Just have to heal the father issue, then the Tupac issue, and that energy, you know, and let that go off in highest peace, love, and light, and you will be fine. The next thing is prosperity. It means that you're going to be successful as soon as you are vulnerable, as soon as you are opening yourself and allowing yourself to experience love the way it is there for you, but I'm thinking you're not exactly seeing it through that lens. Knowing that safety can come from the divine, and you can just enjoy and be vulnerable because once the divine provides for you, you're not going to be in an unsafe situation. Okay, Jada. So I'm sending blessings to you. I'm loving your show. I'm wishing you well. And I know actually you really don't necessarily need it, but the faster you really work on yourself and any stubborn, you know, like strongholds or anything like that, the better your relationship is going to ascend and be even more focused and stimulating, and things are just going to come in the way you need them to come in, okay? Because you are very much so loved, like number one, like Bae, B-A-E. All right, dear. Have a good one. Bye-bye.